Good morning, nerds. It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome to the channel. Hope you've got your coffee for this. It's a cold Friday morning, I'd like to say, here in New England. Hopefully it's warmer where you are. But welcome to Nerdy Coffee, our Friday morning show where we do a live review of the latest show out on TV. Happens to be Wanda's point. Although not the greatest show on TV. Whatever Disney Plus show is out. How about that? If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you're watching the replay, comment. If you're live, comment as well. This will be spoilers, so you've had it. This is a spoiler-filled review of episode 4. So we're gonna roll right into it because there's a lot to cover. We had our very first episode that not centered around Vision, which was a nice kind of refreshing feel. So mainly focused on a couple of things, right? So first off, we have Monica back in. We saw her at last episode. What's funny, and by the way, last week that I was going to let you know how many episodes are in this season. The answer is 9. There's 9 episodes of season. This is episode 4. I completely forgot I was watching this. I know Monica Rambeau is in the comic books the original Captain Marvel. So, I knew she was in this. And I remember we talked about this originally where I thought because of images like this, she was actually in the past and in the future. The last episode, this where it turns out that Wanda is just changing the time in this bubble that she's made. So Monica is in current day and age. But what I completely forgot, because the movie to me was forgettable, Monica Rambeau was in Captain Marvel, and she was the young girl in Captain Marvel. I completely forgot about that. So the beginning of the episode really explains a lot of that and who she is now, which is she's an agent of S.W.O.R.D. In her, Maria Rambeau, who was friends with Carol Danvers, the original Captain in the cinematic universe, is one of the people who S.W.O.R.D. So the I get here is that S.W.O.R.D. was operating at the same time as S.H.I.E.L.D., which I'm not the biggest fan of because that opens a can of worms to, where were they in certain instances and scenarios and all of that. But otherwise, we now, as a reminder, Monica was the young girl in Captain Marvel. So turns out that she comes back in the snap. She was a victim of the snap, which we find out later some people call it the blink. And comes back, and mom, Maria Rambeau, has died of cancer. So she's kind of like, what's cool about that is you're seeing the perspective of people who have been snapped away coming back, being brought back into a scenario that they were in when they left. So in her case, Maria Rambeau was cancer surgery, blinks back into existence. She's in the hospital looking for her mom, and even like the first responders in there, nurses and doctors, etc., saying like, where these people are coming back, but we don't have capacity, like kind of a play on what's going on in real life at the moment. So she just gets thrown right back into S.W.O.R.D., being an agent in S.W.O.R.D. The first mission she gets is to go find a missing person up in New Jersey, and she ends up stumbles town that didn't even exist. Turns out the town came out of nowhere, according to everybody there, and that is a bubble that Wanda has created. What's cool is they brought back a fan favorite into this episode, Darcy Lewis from Thor, if you remember. And she's kind of the specialist brought in to, or one of the many specialists brought in to try to figure out what's going on. And that's where they kind of determine that, Wanda has created this bubble. If you go into this bubble, like even who you are, like what you're wearing changes. Like the helicopter she found in one of the earlier episodes, turns out that was actually a drone. The beekeeper that you got in episode 1, turns out that was a hazmat suit. And then once he crossed that bubble, the suit changed into some more 1950s that's similar, which they determined to be a beekeeper suit. And they even put bees around it. So Wanda's really she's really messing with reality in that bubble, which is really cool to see. But to me, the coolest part, the best part of the episode, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, is when you see Wanda kind of like looking around towards the latter part of the episode, and you get the impression that she knows this is all fake, and she even tells Vision, don't worry, I've got it all under control. Like I've everything is happening the way it should be, etc. But you see her looking at Vision, because I guess her powers kind of like, she kind of lets her guard down a little bit. You see dead Vision. Like you see him, just like you saw at the end of Infinity War, just like blue, the hole in his head, his eyes are blacked out. So it's almost like she's like puppeteering him, which is kind of odd. And I hope they explain, because it's almost like she's moving his body. Like you get that impression, but he's still Vision. So maybe she's found a way to bring people back from the dead, or bring a soul back from the dead. That part, I'm sure they will explain. But I thought that was pretty neat to see him on who he is, but obviously bringing that body into the bubble, turn him into a living, breathing Vision. Kind of like with the other characters. Let's check my notes just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I think it all. Otherwise, I thought it was a great episode. I still feel like these are off by an episode. Like this should have been episode 3 to me. It does prove a lot of the things that we talked about in previous episodes. But what I'm curious about is they were identifying who people were in the bubble, like because it's a TV show that's being broadcast. So I'm curious to see, like, as they identify these people, where these people come from. Is it the theory we had where she kind of took over an existing town and made it her own? Are these agents of Sword that are in? Well, sorry, Sword's actually there. I was wrong about that. Monica Rambeau was the only Sword agent in there. But are the other people Image? Like, who are these? They identified names, but like not who like they are. So now I'm kind of like thinking that these people who are there, who they're identifying, maybe what was her? I can't think of her name at the moment. The neighbor, the nosy neighbor, they call her. I think I got rid of the picture on here. But the nosy neighbor, she's supposed to be the assumed bad guy of the show. So maybe like her and her people, maybe again part of Hydra, meet up at Wanda, and if we could teach you how to create your own reality, your own thing. And she makes this bubble, and now a lot of those people are Hydra agents that were in this Hydra area and get converted. But then you also have the collateral damage of other people there. Maybe that's the route they're going to take. But Sword is definitely trying to get in. I'm thinking Hydra is already in. I think that's the direction they might go, but I could be wrong. Either way, I think it was a great episode. I actually really enjoyed this one. Let's check here. Steve in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a good show. It was a really, really good show. But I'm excited to see where it goes. We have 5 more episodes to go on this one. So curious to see the route it takes. Again, we all know at the end of the road, there's only a certain line it can't cross because of the Doctor Strange movie coming out that Wanda's involved in. But either way, it should be a good one. Should be a good one. All right. I love these nerdy coffee episodes. We just kind of chill, talk about the show, review the show. Don't worry, though, there are more 2-minute reviews coming out. I've got one coming out for 10. Stay tuned for that. A couple other ones are coming down the pipeline. But yeah, hope that you guys are enjoying your morning coffee, your tea, whatever you do every morning. New vlog episode coming out tomorrow. HeyArcher Live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Nerdy Coffee every Friday morning. Time varies. But hey, hope that you all have a great weekend. Hope that you all are enjoying Wandavision. And if there's another show that you guys want to talk about once Wandavision's over, again, because HeyArcher, it's more of your channel than it is mine. I'm merely the moderator. Hey, I'll talk to all you nerds in the video.